Help me. I'm an empath.
How's your morning so far? Empaths, 5 minutes after waking up. I'm in a glass case of emotion. Empaths be like, I got 99 problems, but 89 of them belong to other people. It's funny because it's true. Empaths be like, I'm so confused. I love and care for people, but I don't like being around. Honestly, I love people. I really do. I do feel this though, because we be feeling stuff.
Weren't those like so relatable? No, just me. I'm the only one feeling it. I know I'm not alone.
You Are Here is sponsored by Uni. Start your story. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so that you never miss an episode.
You Are Here is going into podcast form. We have a new home. It is in downtown Chicago at the Exhibit House. Really, really excited about the next episodes that are going to be coming out. So we will have special guests. We will have a new location. We will have a new look, a new feel. We are about to amp things up, and we're going to talk about a lot of things. So if you have any specific topics that you want to talk about surrounding mental wellness, surrounding just life and adulting and like where you are in life, how do you deal with certain things? It can be funny, it can be, relational, it can be serious, it can be general questions, whatever it is, like drop them in the comments because we're going to talk about them and we're going to have a good time. So I think we should start off by identifying what it actually means to be an empath or to be empathetic. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. And so literally, when you cry, I cry, okay? When you feel, I feel. And that can be a lot when you have your own feelings and then you see other people and you're like, oh, I feel your feelings too. It's a lot, but it just means that we care a whole lot and we understand pretty well. So I'm gonna get right down to it. I feel like the worst part about being an empath is when you feel the weight of other people's burdens and there's nothing you can do about it. It is the most aggravating and helpless feeling ever to care and love people so much and want to, be there for them and help them get through whatever it is that they're going through. And you can't change it. It's like if your best friend is sad and the thing that you do that would like put a smile on their face doesn't change anything. And so they're just sitting in sadness. And because you are empathetic, you sit in sadness, but you don't want to be sad and you don't want them to be sad, but you can't do anything about it. And it just sucks. It really does. The reasons why I'm struggling with being empathetic right now is because I've already got a lot of stuff going on myself. And I usually put my stuff on the back burner to care about what everybody else is going through. So like I got a lot of junk in the trunk. Not necessarily that way, though I'm working on it. But anyway, I got a lot of stuff back there that belongs to me, but then I'm also carrying this weight in the front that belongs to other people, and there's nothing that I can do about it. And it's just a struggle because I don't know, maybe there's a part of me that feels like I'm not being a good friend, even though I'm doing whatever I can do. I am doing that. Do you guys feel like that? That's kind of how I feel. So obviously, when we're talking about You Are Here, the one thing is to establish that we are here together. You're not alone. So if you're feeling like I'm feeling, we're here. We're here. So lately, I have been feeling really helpless. I have been feeling like I cannot do what I'm a fixer, I am a solutionist. I come in, I make a plan. You got a problem? Call 1-800-CRYSTAL, because is that an actual number? I should look into that. Call 1-800-CRYSTAL because Crystal is on the way. Throw the sign up in the sky and like swoop in. I'm here to save the day. But I can't save the day on a lot of the things that are going on around me. I don't have a quadrillion dollars. I don't have, all of the information to cure diseases. I don't have the power to change law. I don't have these things that I wish I had to make all the crooked places straight for other people. But I do have listening ears. I do have encouraging words. I do have time somewhat to spend. I do have prayers. I do have funny videos to keep you laughing. and I have my presence, and that's really all I can give. And sometimes that's enough. Sometimes, and when it doesn't feel like it's enough, it just has to be, because I got nothing else. But also I want to share, some options that we have to try to make it better, to get from here to over there, so that, next episode will be there, here. You follow me? Hopefully you do, because if you follow me, if you subscribe to the channel, then you already know Crystal is a little anyway. So some things that I do to help me when I'm dealing with these feelings of other people and of my own. Obviously, journaling. I will always push journaling. Shout out to Uni for all the pens in the world that I could ever ask for. But journaling is always a huge thing for me. I feel like when we write down whatever it is that's on our hearts and minds, we can release it and at least get a good night's rest, or we can just, we say the things like they're out there, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, they're out there and they're no longer like in here, because then that's when we start feeling real loopy, right? The other thing is to like really have that face-to-face moment with yourself, like you're in a mirror, right? I feel like I should get a mirror. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, group exercise. I've got the oh, you weren't supposed to see how messy my room looks. Sorry. Okay, group exercise. I've got the mirror. So, how do I show you that it's an actual mirror? There we go. Okay, I've got the mirror. You see my hand. All right, I'm going to talk to myself and you talk to yourself. Crystal, you are not responsible for things that are outside of your control. Say that like a few dozen times and just really let it set in. Because the truth of the matter is that, people are really magical and they can do a lot of great things and they have all these talents. But at the end of the day, we cannot do things that we cannot do. It's really just that simple. So if there is a problem or a situation that is weighing on you, especially one that does not belong to you, and there's nothing you can do about the situation outside of be a good friend, be a good listener, whatever it is, anything that you can't do, release yourself from it. Give yourself permission to, be what you can be for that person or for those people. And then anything outside of that, give yourself permission to release yourself from it, because all it's going to do is drag you down. And I'm sure if you are empathetic, you're an awesome person, because empathetic people, they love, they care, they show up, they help, they serve. Like, that's what makes people love us so much. And sometimes that's what makes people, not treat us so well or take advantage of us, because they know that we will care and we will show up. It's, kind of a catch-22 sometimes. It's a blessing and a curse. I don't know what to tell you. So if you are empathetic like I am, then you know what I'm talking about. You understand how I feel, because that's what we do. That's what we do best. We feel all the feels. But I'm hoping this is a keen note to just remind you, give yourself permission to do what you can do and leave the rest alone, because it's not going to do anything but drain your battery. And the world would be so sad without people like us to care if we just completely turned it off or we burn out. We don't want to burn out. We want to continue to be able to show up and stay present. But the only way that works is if we unload the burdens. And if you're having trouble with this is something that God reminded me of. I was praying about this some years ago. Like, how do I deal with being there for people when I can't solve their problems, And God gave me this illustration: be a funnel and not a cup. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? Well, when you're a cup, being an empath feels a lot like being a cup. You just like hold, people just pour, and you just hold everything that people pour into you until you just overflow with everybody else's stuff. And eventually, if you keep pouring water into a cup of water, whatever water was in there gets flushed out. So like, it's like when you put a coffee cup that still has a little bit of coffee in a sink and then you pour water into it, the water eventually, or the liquid in the cup eventually turns clear because all of the coffee has been, flushed out of the cup, right? You don't want that, because your stuff matters too. You still got stuff on the inside. But if you're a funnel, you can still be present, you can still listen, you can still care, but you let the problems kind of pass through from you onto God, pass through you, and just kind of out, not one through one ear and out the other, like you're not listening, but it's just like you're an ear, but then you kind of release those things because they're not your burden to carry long term. You see what I'm saying? So like, I hope that makes sense. That gave me a lot of peace to know that I can still be there for people without, really being bogged down by situations that I can't fix, because it's the inability to fix those problems that drove me the craziest. And so like, if you're a believer like me, I funnel those things through prayer. And so I can listen to my friends and really feel what they're saying and empathize. And, I'm so sorry that you're going through that, but I can't fix it. So I'm going to pray about it. And now I feel lighter. It's in God's hands, and they have had someone to listen to them and to pray for them. So that works for me. I'm reminding myself of that. It's not as easy as, saying it. It's still a struggle. I'm still struggling through it, but I just wanted to share that. And if you're going through it, you're not alone. I love you. I hope you laughed today. Hope you smiled today, and have a good one. Peace.